might be able to realize your money being spent and any other thing there. But the only people that we are mostly concerned is those that culture table-sized fish. Because if you look at from 2 mm, today you go to market, you buy it at 31,750 naira. Then tomorrow when you get back to market, you see them telling you 32,000. Then if you combine, if after production, for example, you cultured 1,000 fish, after 3-4 months, you are already at 1 kg. That is 700 grams, 900 grams to 1 kg. You'll be able to realize it. The base do again consider the mortality and any other things you find you undergo. Then your feeding, you feed with not less than 700,000 if you look at the breakdown. Because as if you are culturing just 1,000 fish, we are based on the calculation you use not less than 66 bags, which is 1 ton. 1 ton of feed. And if you convert all those things, you realize that you spend, you plus the fish, added your self-made value, your water, and your staff, and every other thing in between. You spend not less than 1.something million there. At least let's assume you spend 1.2 million. Then if your fish do not die, do not do anything, you end up realizing not less than 1.5 and above million if your water quality parameter is perfect, with all the struggle of the feed and any other thing. But by God's grace, all that hiking in price is going to stop. And what mostly kills most farmers is the fishmongers. Once they come down to your farm, they want to buy your fish. Take care of them. Watch them very well, because they do manipulate your skills. They can come with a nonsense scale. The fish that can give you at least 700, 800 kg, you end up waking up with going up with 500 kg. Automatically you are gone. That is why if you are selling your fish, make sure that you know who you are selling your fish to. For example, if I am sending people to you to buy your fish, I know those people. And if they come down to your farm again, I will still tell you, watch them, even though I'm not on ground. I'm still monitoring their thing. Before they come, I will even ask you, at least collect some sample of your fish, like 20 and above, like 30 maximum. Weigh it and see what did you have on your own before they come in. So that once they come in, count per head. Once they weigh your fish, count per head before they take it out. Because they're the manipulates. That is one. And if you are not the one monitoring that farm, I will still advise you, when selling, count per head. And then already you have your farm book. Count your mortality, then compare it with what remains in your pound. Because a lot of fish farm managers in the farm, they are too smart, more than we, that we are even bothering, or we are even strong to at least put food on their own table today. Anyway, that's it. Are you satisfied? Next question. Somebody want to answer the question in that issue?
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Victoria Kechinyeleju. I'm a blessing also. So if you want to venture into organic planting of vegetables, like you are targeting the foreign market, what should you do? And I also want to know the policy.
Thank you. Like what Prof said, there is what we call residue control. But if you are doing organic farming, you are free from residue control, because residue control is deposit of chemicals that you spray on your crop, and there is a device they use to test the chemical content in the fruit. So if it above, not that they are not saying we should not use chemicals, but it has a percentage of residual content. But if you know, organic farming is expensive, and though you place the value in your fruit, because if you grow organically, the cost of your own produce will be more expensive than me that grows with chemical control. Because most of organic recipe for you to get those plant extracts and the dosage you are going to use is more than for chemical control. It's like someone taking drugs and someone taking herbs. Most of the time we use a lot of herbs to match the dosage of drugs. So biological, biopesticide formulation are quite expensive, but you can grow 100% organically using all these extracts from natural plants. Have you heard about neem oil? You can take the extracts, you get the leaves, you cook it and extract the oil. And also we use garlic extracts, you grind it, and then you soak it for 48 hours and drink and use the water to spray your crops. All of them act as pest repellents. They don't, not that they kill them at times, but they repel, they make the environment to be sterile. So we call it sterility of environment, so that they won't be able to invade your crops. And there is a body that regulates for export and of agricultural produce in Nigeria going to export. Thank you.
Good afternoon all. I'm by name Marco Evantos. Sorry, my question goes to our fishery consultants. One of the major issues we have is growth rates of our fingerlings or juvenile. Reason being, most of us don't have a direct source to get our fish, our fingerlings or juvenile. So at times we encounter a major growth rates, which we incur more loss by feeding them extra 4 months or thereabout. And as well, I want to ask, I'm into processing as well, and I've been looking for a way to export out to other countries, specifically UK. I've been able to do some contact to the airports, but the response are actually not perfect. I keep hearing that fish doesn't go. So I don't know if you have any medium in which we could export this product out. And as well, I want to ask you if you have a recommended farm in which we could actually get our fingerlings or juvenile. Thank you.
In the respect of your first question, quite all right. Fish production and fish byproducts is in need in almost all parts of the country. E.g., this smoking, that is a smoking, you said that you are into processing. Yes, you can be able to export your fish to UK, China, India, and then Indonesia. But you have to get your certified registered company with CAC, even the listing, school down to your export certificates. You need to get it before you can be able to do so. That is mostly what they need. And then do it through this agency. Under agriculture, quarantine services. Yes, that is where they normally used to go to pass it through. If you take it to airports, they will be the one to check. Yes, it's satisfied, because if you want to export your smoking fish, there is rules and regulations. Your fish must not be too smoky. And then if you are using charcoal, which is oven, if on your own, if after smoking you break out the fish, you break a bit and put it in your mouth. Sometimes you see some people, some processor you see the fish will be too dry, all the nutrients, everything will die off. You see the fish will look like it just a stick in the mouth. Once you get it to them, they will deny the movement of it. And if it's too smoky, there is an agent there that will still also not allow it to move. That is just for that. But in case of second questions, quite right, a lot of hatchers, a lot of breeders, they are having a problem in which I'm always, if I have a contact with one-on-one with them, I normally used to tell them. First shooters, second selection, third selection, they are the fish that you need to sell out of your farm. Fourth and fifth, you're supposed to just keep it. Let it be in form of your dustbin. Be keeping them, feeding other fish with. Otherwise, keep on managing them, giving them any type of feed that you can manage, either for your own family consumption, because that type of fish, even though you sell it to others, is very, very difficult for it to come up. And most of our fish farmers, they believe on buying jumbo from different farms. A lot of jumbos you see, they are the fish that are overstaying. Then the breeder will end up telling them they are jumbo, super jumbo, mega jumbo, and whatever. Forget that. If you want to buy your fish, advisable buy juvenile. The juvenile that are picking 2 mm, and make sure that the farm that you are buying, you know the history. For example, I cannot be able to come to your farm and buy your fish without seeing your production documents, e.g. paper, book. I will see when did you produce, when did you hatch. I will consider from the day 2 and day 3. That is the day that when your fish started collecting feed. To a maximum 8 weeks. If your fish, if that juvenile that you are showing me, and they are not picking 2 mm at that period, then automatically they are not even the fish that I will consider in your farm. And in most cases, if you have somebody, before you buy, make sure that you ask him, please, how many days or weeks does this fish be from the day of hatching to that day that you even saw them? And make sure that they are not those fifth selection. Make sure that they are the first we call them shooters. You see, a farmer will keep them aside. It's even difficult for him to keep it out, and that is the best thing to give out to your customers. First, second, third, at least, if you are even in good terms with, you can take the fourth, but fifth, please don't even consider them as your seed. They are not seed at all. And there is a lot of farms within that you can be able to buy your fish, and you will not have problem by God's grace. You know, some problems started from the parents. You see a fish at the age of 4 weeks, 5 weeks. When maybe you buy the fish at the rate of 4 weeks. Once you get to 5 weeks in your hand, they will start dying. So in some cases it's from the farm, in some cases it's from you. Because you welcome that fish for a week in your side, in your own place. Consider your water. This water quality parameter that we are talking about always is the paramount in fish. If your water quality parameter is perfect, believe me, your fish growth and everything will be also perfect. And the first thing considering there is what your pH. While your pH is being affected, automatically almost all the parameters in that medium will also be affected. Are you okay?
All right, thank you very much. Let's put our hands down for them and go back to their seats. Thank you. Nobody has questions from me. I won't mind giving comments on this, my gentleman, involved in hatching of fish. Okay. I salute your courage because of feeding. Right? you went as far as producing maggot to feed them. My advice for all of you that you are here, you can meet him personally so that he can teach you the technology because of cost of feeding. However, it's not a complete alternative to feed that you get from groundnut cake and maize. Please, we need to go and put more effort in production of yellow maize that you can use to feed this animal by starting from improved seed. The second comment is on organic farming. If you know your way, organic farming pays. Just like my wife, when we want to buy vegetable, amaranthus, African spinach, those ones that are organically produced is the one that we like. When you even cook it, it's superior to the other one. It can last longer, but it costs more. If you can locate the market, so it pays. Even your yam tubers, those ones that are planted by fertilizer, they used to decay earlier. When you cut them, they will not be white, they turn what? Brownish. So that is why organic farming pays. However, in present dispensation, what we are advocating is sustainable farming. So between organic and conventional, too much of everything is bad. Too much of chemical input is bad. We can manage the two and move to a higher height. Thank you very much. If you have more questions later, you can meet us personally. Thank you. Remain blessed.
If you have any questions for them, you can meet them later, please, and ask them questions. Okay? Are we all? Are we all? Yes. Okay, so next agenda is design thinking. Design thinking, human-centered design. Design thinking, human-centered design. Who can tell us what design thinking is before I invite out? Design thinking. Nobody here knows design thinking. And if you own businesses, what problem is your business solving? Are you hungry? Yes. If you answer my question, we know it. What is design thinking? Huh? Nobody. Okay, so I'll be inviting Mr. Jeremiah Eagles to anchor the session on design thinking. So let's get my hands together for the design.
Good afternoon, everybody. Well, let's perform a quick text. Throw your hands. It is hot. You're not ready. Good afternoon once more. So we're asked design thinking and nobody wants to give us a concrete answer. You know, those days